Right, so today we're doing an intercooler swap on the Fiesta ST. This car already has an airtec intercooler on it, but it's a smaller one, so I'm going to change it to an R-Sport 450, which is tested at over 500 horsepower, which I'm never going to need, but I'm hopefully going to need around sort of 380 to 400, so we're going to fit an R-Sport intercooler. And we're also going to change the factory boost pipes because they're very restrictive, especially the one from the turbo to the intercooler. It's really tiny, so we have a set of airtec boost pipes for that, which are down here. So we've got them, they all come in black. We've got black pipes with black hoses, and that's all that, and new hose clips and everything in there. And in here, box for now, in here we have the R-Sport intercooler, which I'll take out the bag later. But again, I bought that in black, so just kind of keep the theme of white and black going with this car. So first off, we're going to obviously have to jack the car up and then get this front bumper off. I don't think it's too hard. Hopefully it isn't too hard anyway. So we'll jack it up. I don't think I need to take the wheels off. I might just be able to turn the wheels to get to some of the screws and the bolts. I don't think there's too many. I guess the headlights need to come out, I think. So I'll start by taking the bolts for the bumper underneath the headlights. So I'll take the headlights out first, and I'll have a look at the rest of it. But I'll jack it up, and then we can start. So yeah, in here actually they have that one. There's the cold side pipe, and we also have the hot side pipe here. Now this normally on the Fiesta goes down to something really small bore. So that's actually going to make an improvement anyway. I don't think the intercooler will make much of an improvement because I'm only running a stage 2 tube currently, but you know, every little helps, so let's do it. airtec. This logo. So we're going to swap that out. Also, seem to damage a bit of splitter. Right, so with the headlights out, you can see, if you look down there, the arch liner there, some bolts holding the bumper to the arch liner, and also the underside of there, which is really difficult to actually, there's 3 bolts in a line. That looks like everything on the top apart from the headlamp panel bit, and there'll obviously be some underneath, which I'll have a look at when I've got these side bits out. So yeah, so I don't know if you could get to them without taking the headlight out. It doesn't look like it, so headlights come out. And jack stands. So front bumper's now off. I'm guessing originally this would actually been screwed into this under tray bit here, this bit here somewhere, but it's got a splitter screwed into the bottom, which I'm guessing has blocked all the bits off, so there's nothing actually connecting it to that, which kind of made it a bit easier, I guess. I'm assuming it would have been bolted or screwed into that. There is a little slot somewhere underneath there that there's tabs. I'll show you. You can see the tabs there. These tabs there. There's 3 tabs. They, or 4 actually, 5. They're supposed to slot into little slots, but I don't think it was. But anyway, so this is what we're removing. airtec intercooler. It's been put on up a while ago, and I don't know if you can see down there how thin that pipe is there. It actually gets thinner further down, I think. So we're going to swap. First off, we're going to swap the intercooler, and then we'll do that pipe first, and then we'll have a look at this pipe because it looks okay, but it rigs itself back up into the inlet, which is down there, but it has this coming off it, which I don't know what that is, or what that does. There is a thing called a simposer, I think is the term for it, which puts noise back into the cabin, and I'm wondering if that's what that is. I think that's what it is. It doesn't seem to be anything other than that plastic box with this plastic pipe, so I can't imagine it's anything too important, but the new airtec pipe doesn't have that on it. So yeah, so the first thing we need to do is we need to remove this piece here. Well, no, yeah, I'll unscrew these first, get that bit off, and then we should be able to get the intercooler out after that. I can't see even how it's bolted in, but it'll have brackets on it. Oh yeah, is that a bolt there? Could be a bolt back of there, which is annoying, so I'll have to take the pipes off. But I need to take them off anyway, so I'll get this out of the way, put this in the garage, and then we'll start. So it's now off. It wasn't that bad, to be honest. It's only held in like a bolt there and a bolt there, so once you got the pipes off, and taken like the plastics off that's sort of surrounding it. And that's the piece that goes up there. That seemed to be, I don't know, it was like it was clipped in behind that, so it kind of fell off at the same time. That's cool. So yeah, so there we go, airtec intercooler. It's decent enough, nothing really wrong with it, just it's not quite what I need, so that's why I get rid of it. I'll probably keep that because I might need it, assuming that's a little dobbin for where it mounts. So I might need that for the other one. Actually I probably won't. Because it's much bigger. Right, I'll get them out of the way. And then I'll go and get the new intercooler. We'll hold it up there, see what it mounts to, because I'm not sure if these will need to be removed. They may be in the way. But I think it's going to come up to about there. It's quite large, which is pretty cool. I'll go and get it in for a size comparison with this one next. I'll put it on the drive over there. Much bigger, much bigger. Even like the core depth, you can see there, that's a deeper core than that one. It's not massively deep, it's probably only about that much deeper. But the physical height is huge. Because that's actually, it's a thinner core on the top and a thicker core on the bottom of it. I'll pick it up actually. Hence it sits on an oops. So you see there? It's like additional core. Excellent. So I've not looked at how it fits, but it's obviously got mounting points on the top. I don't think it has any on the bottom, does it? Oh yeah, it does. It's still got them same tabs there and there. So they just go in with the small bolts, which I do have a bag of new bits, which is there. That's what they're going for. 1, 2, 3, 6 bolts. 1, 2, 3. I've got 5 holes that I know of. Okay, so I'm guessing it's actually going to bolt up to there. Possibly. But yes, I can definitely get it bolted in on the bottom first. And then I think that remains in place. I don't think that comes off. Because there'd be no crash bar otherwise. Unless it does. But obviously I'll have to push it into place to see. I'm guessing they actually can remain. So I can put the original covers back on the sides as well. But yeah, a lot bigger. Right, so the top piece here, that bit there, I've unclipped that. There's 3 little push clips and then them little tabs there, 2 tabs. So I'll remove that. And what it looks like to me is this here is going to bolt on there. Seems to be a good fit for that. So I'll take that screw out, bolt out, put that on there, and then I'm going to line the intercooler up with those 2 holes there. So I think it goes, but then when I do that, I want to be able to see if it's then going to line up with them. Now I think these side pieces have to be removed. It looks like they're just slotted in anyway, so it doesn't look like they're actually part of this bit, because I need them bits there to screw the other intercooler into. So that's not actually that bad. So I'll try and get these off. I think they're just slotted in anyway, because see they're separating, so I think it just pushes up to remove it, or there's a tab maybe in there, or I'll just break it off either way. They can't stay because they're in the way of the intercooler. But that's how I think that's going to go. It looks right anyway. It looks right. And if it's right, it's going to go there. Hopefully it'll be covered by that, otherwise I'll have to give it a bit of quick touch of black paint because it looks a bit shit being silver compared to the rest of the car. I might give that a quick coating as well. Maybe. Everything else looks alright though, so yeah, so we'll get these slipped off, bolt that up to there, and then we'll bolt the intercooler on loosely and see what happens. And then it's just a case of changing the pipes after that, and then we're done. Obviously once it's all back together. So it's physically fitted, it's pretty massive. It's basically the whole front end of the car now, so that's cool. Reminds me of the Corsa from years ago. It was dead easy to fit, that bracket was where I thought it went to. And then the other 2 just go in where they normally go. The 2 bolts that go up the way, which held the airtec intercooler, which would have been these holes here. They just screw in where they were with the bolts supplied. And I've given it a light dusting of black on that alloy bracket, which doesn't look any good, but it's better than it was when it was shiny, so I might give it a quick paint and, well, I might give it another quick coat in a minute, but next job is to replace the hot side boost pipe. So that's going to be this one there, so it's bolted to the underside in 2 bits I think originally on the Fiesta, All the clamps are provided here and brackets, and the hose clip here. So I know it's this pipe here because it's got the reducer on it, and then I just need to work out which one it is. It's intercooler. I'm going to guess it's possibly going to be a straight. Don't think it'll be a 90, but we'll see. Yep, so we'll get the hot side boost pipe off. I'm going to need a light because it's starting to get dark, and then I'll get the cold side boost pipe off and done, and then I can start putting the car back together, which actually isn't that bad to do. It's relatively straightforward, so that's pretty good. So now I can sell this airtec intercooler, get rid of it, put that towards funds for other cooler parts. But yeah, massive cooler. Right, so that there's the standard boost pipe. See the size of it there compared to that. It's tiny, like, look at it, how small that is there. So I mean that fits inside of that. They can dock, so that's that small. And that is minuscule. I mean, don't get me wrong, the turbo is small, but that is very tiny. So first piece I need is going to be this piece, because that's obviously the reducer, which is the same size as that. So that's my first piece of silicone. So I can loosely hose clip that onto the turbo, so that it won't come off, but I can still turn it as needed, and then I can work out where that fits, because that's actually, it's got a bracket on it, so I'm thinking it goes that way around, and then we can see after that if it fits to where the intercooler is, which I'm hoping it bloody does, otherwise I'll have to put that back on, which wasn't hard to take off anyway, but it's just annoying. So put this piece on first. It should come with all the necessary hose clips, which should all be here. Yep, there they are. And airtec, that there bracket is for the hot side, the cold side pipe. That bolts for something in the car, so there should be a smaller hose clip if they're a good company. They've said, yes they have, they've sent a smaller one with it, so that's the one I need for there, and the rest of them I think are just the same size. So we'll get this loosely fitted first. I'm going to use a 7mm socket on a ratchet just because it's easier to get into than a screwdriver, but yeah, we'll get this bit put on first. Then we'll put that on with the bolts to the bracket, then I can actually bolt it up to the intercooler, and that's one side done. Dead straightforward, I hope. Hot side boost pipe done, although the hose clamps aren't on it. I'll have to sort them out to put here. So it's loosely bolted up there. It's really close to the subframe there. I've ended up chopping a tiny bit off the pipe on the turbo to try and pull it up a bit, but I think because of it being bolted there, it's never going to actually do that anyway. So it's not actually touching, and the silicone's possibly touching, but can't really do much with that because that's actually where it's supposed to sit. As you see, I scored it, getting it in and out, but it will actually lift up about this much more on them threads. They're not actually up to the block yet, the sump yet, so when I nip that up, that should be okay. I've then got to rotate that round so it's pointing down the way, because I've nipped it up by mistake there. Nip up the one on the turbo, and then put hose clamps on here, and then intercooler, and that's that one done. And then I can start removing this cold side one, figure out where all these bits go. But yes, it's got a sensor there, bracket there, and I think it just heads up the way to the throttle body from there, so that doesn't look too bad either, hopefully. But yeah, plenty of GT85 on the bits of silicone and the pipes just to make it all slide together nicely. So yeah, so I'm just starting nipping this one up, and that's that one done. Right, so this is the cold side boost pipe now off as well. It has this sensor, which I don't know what that is. Is it a map sensor or something? Or I'm not sure, don't know what that is. It's got a takeoff there, and it's got this here, which I believe this here is called the Sympose. I'm sure that's what that is, and it basically just sends sort of noise into the car. So I don't really know how that works, because it's like under pressure, and it must have like a chain. I don't know what it does. But anyway, one side of it there, it's just got like a corrugated, no, that side, so it's got a corrugated pipe that's attached to it. So it can't be under any pressure there, but of course that side there, that's under pressure, because that's from your intercooler into your intake. So I'd be interested to take that to pieces to actually see what it does. So I might actually do that. I might, yeah, it's just little Allen keys. I might take it to bits, make a separate video and have a look inside of a Symposer thing, because I'm assuming that's what it's called. But anyway, there's no takeoff for that on this boost pipe, which is this one here, and it was called, I was told it had a Symposer delete. So right, so I've swapped over the sensor, and we've put on the little bracket onto this pipe. So this is pretty much got to go, well actually it can only go one way around anyway because of the bracket. I'm pretty certain it's going to be, this way on, so I can guess which pipes go there and there, which means I should be able to sort of push them on loosely and then put the hose clips on really slack, and then I should be able to wiggle that hopefully on, which should fit a bit easier because it doesn't have that stupid Symposer on it. And then all I've got left to do is to put the intercooler pipe on that right hand side and then put the bumper back on. That's it really, put bumper back on. I'll give it a quick start up once all these done just to make sure it's okay, and then yeah, that's it. We have intercooler and we have bigger boost pipes. Right, so first and only issue with fitting this pipe kit is that this angle of pipe here, the silicone, they've sent a 90 and it doesn't really want to be a 90, it wants to be less of an angle, so it would want to be like a, yeah, like a 135, would probably fit better. Also, because of the way it sits at a 90, it comes too close to this washer bottle. So what I've had to do there is I've had to kind of just chop a little bit of the bracket of the washer bottle down, and then I've sleeved over the pipe with a bit of silicone for now. I will have to get a 135 angle. I'll contact airtec because this intercooler here designed to fit with standard pipes, which it did because I had the standard pipes pushed onto it both ends perfectly before I'd even taken this off, so that there isn't the problem. Because that's exactly the same as the airtec intercooler that was on it, and airtec make this pipe kit and that doesn't fit, so that's bizarre. So that silicone pipe is wrong, so I haven't chopped that, which I could have done slightly, maybe pulled it, you know, if I cut a bit off that it might have pulled it a little bit further away, which I may still do yet, I don't know, I'll see what they say, because I could, if I shorten that it would kind of pull it a little bit off there, but then I haven't got much play on the bracket for the pipe, so it's one of those, but it does fit just. So all I've got to do now is put hose clamp on, hose clamp on, hose clamp on, and I've already nipped the one on the throttle body, and that there is both boost pipes done. I'm still, honestly, that's not the best, I'm not that happy with that. So we'll see what happens there, then it's just put bumper back on, and that is everything completed in the dark, and it's probably about -15 about now. So what is it, about -1 maybe, is it even that, maybe 0, but we're done. Kind of, what a day. But so far, not bad really, because one pipe is the only problem I've had. You can tell it's getting dark. Right, so we haven't finished, unfortunately. What happened was the intercooler was actually pushed out on this side slightly, because it was pivoting on the centre part of the lower rung of the crash bar. So I've chopped a section of it out, so that it'll sit further back. So it's now sitting square, as it wasn't before, because it meant the bumper wouldn't fit at all. It was just too far away in the wing on that side. Obviously the top fits on, but you could see the bottom was kind of pushed out a bit and it was catching on here. The bumper was actually physically resting up against there. So this is attempt number 17 with the bumper. I've had to take all the hose clamps off, the intercooler off, all sorts, so this is an attempt again, and then what we'll see is hopefully the bumper will line up with the wings on either side, because it didn't before. It just basically, it was sort of sat out about that far from that side, but the other side would actually meet up, although it did feel tight, it didn't feel good. So yeah, so took it off. Right, so further that won't fit is because the intercooler is pushing down on that piece of plastic there. Thanks to my glamorous assistant. So that was stopping the bumper fitting, we think, because it was pushing, the intercooler was pushing it downwards, which meant that the bumper couldn't lift the bottom part up high enough. Although you could get it on the top, you couldn't get the sides to line up. We had one side to line up, we couldn't get the other side to line up. So hopefully this will now fit. Hopefully, I mean, it's not really doing anything, so let's get rid of it. It's lighter now. So the bumper now fits, and the intercooler is basically the whole height of the car. One thing I've noticed is though, there's this huge big black piece here that's blocking all the airflow. So I believe there is a company that makes different grills for these. I may look into it, but yeah, so previously we had intercooler just there, and now we've got intercooler up there as well. Extra cooler. So bumper now fits. Had to chop a piece of plastic off. I think I mentioned it, can't remember. It's this piece here in the garage. No, it isn't. It's there, yeah, there it is. So either way, car is now race car because lighter, and most importantly, most I don't know, but basically, if you're left with a selection of bolts at the end, you have improved it, because clearly they weren't needed in the first place. So there you go. Intercooler fitted, larger boost pipes fitted, car still on jack stands. I'll let it down. I'll take it for a run tomorrow. I can't be bothered because it's so late and I need tea and it's freezing bloody cold. But yeah, all done, and thanks very much for my glamorous assistant in the end, who basically helped me out a lot because it was starting to become annoying. So yeah, wicked. Intercooler done, boost pipes done. Bye.